Hey folks, Tim Newman with Soft Light Studios bringing you another daily assignment. Today's assignment for September 20th, 2019. Our assignment today is titled Convertibles. What kid doesn't love a convertible car? I am far from being a kid anymore, and I still love convertible cars. Nothing better than driving around with the top down, and the cool breeze blowing through your hair. Either dust your convertible off or find some out driving around and grab some convertible images today. Let's take a look at a picture or two of some convertibles near you. Here is a really nicely restored Buick Impala convertible, and you gotta love the fuzzy Vegas dice hanging from the rear view mirror. I think the color set here is really great. You know, these things are usually a challenge to shoot at car shows because there's lots of people around taking a look at them, so we got a little bit of some background legs hanging out in there, and that's not a bad thing. I think this really captures the car very nicely. I think the color set and the light here is done really well, and you know, when you're working with all this chrome, you can always have the specular highlights popping out there, but I think they're managed really nicely in this picture. All right. This is the quintessential convertible feeling. This is the California Coast convertible, looking out over the ocean, the wind blowing through her hair, and you gotta imagine that she just dumped corporate America and is now sitting by the beach enjoying the breeze, or at least that's my fantasy. Okay, let's take a look at some of the elements of design that we were thinking about here. When we're thinking about these cars, we are thinking about shapes, and when we're thinking about shapes, we inevitably end up thinking about form. So those two are coming along here in these pictures, plus the quality of light is really going to matter. It's going to be how that specular highlights are handled on the chrome, and it's going to be how the color in the car really pops. Let's take a look at some more sample images here. I love this sample image here. A gal, her convertible, her map, and her trusty traveling companion. I don't know whether she's lost or not, but I'd be happy to be lost in this car anytime. I really like the point of view here, looking out through the window. I like the curving road in the background. To me, and I've spent a lot of time in the UP of Michigan, this just looks like the lakeshore up at the UP of Michigan. Now, I do have to say something here. It's one of those little subtle things that maybe only I would notice, but does anybody note that the map that she is looking at has no water on it at all? I think she's really lost. All right, let's take a look at another convertible. Here's the quintessential wedding convertible, all decorated in the back, top down, bride and groom ready to drive off into the sunset and live happily ever after. Did anybody catch the fact that there's no M on the word married, just airied, like as in the top down? That's pretty clever. I like that. A little bit of subject balance and juxtaposition in there, if you will. Let's take a look at one last image. Hey, today's cowboy giving up the horse and going with horsepower, and I really like the point of view in this shot. I like the way that we have that low angle perspective looking down the length of the car. I like the way the light is managed here in the upper right hand corner, kind of looking at that sunset light, if you will, and it's got a really great color set to it. Let's take a look at some of the rules of composition that we're thinking about here. Rule of thirds, try to work that into your shots. Even though these cars are big and they're large and you want to take up the frame with them, don't forget to divide up that frame in a way that's comfortable for the viewer. Balance matters here. Work something else in with the convertible if you can, some other subject that goes along with the convertible and makes for a story in the image. And then last but not least, I think every shot that we looked at here had a really important point of view to it. Okay, let's take a look at our upload specifications. If you're going to submit an image to us for the semi-monthly image critique, and we certainly hope you do, here are the export specifications that you want to use to save that image to send it to us. Here is a naming example for today's date and the naming standard laid out above it. If none of this makes any sense to you, please take a look at the Update 01 video, for which there is a link in the description below. Right next to that link, you will find the link for the upload URL, making it real easy for you to send us your image. Last but not least, when we're thinking about links, don't forget that subscribe button. It's a pretty cool link. All right, get out there, find some cars with their top downs, and get some really great pictures of them today. And remember, while you're out there doing that, learning equals skills, practice equals mastery. We'll see you out there.